So why did you bring me out here at 9:30 on a Saturday night with the table full of this stuff? What do we got going on here?
We got our new FXR M8 conversion kit going on here, man.
Finally done, huh?
Yeah,
It looks like got a whole bunch of pieces here.
Yeah.
I know these and these. We make those.
Yep.
A couple other pieces here.
Yeah.
What else is cool that's on this table? I see we got some other stuff.
Well, we got a lot of stuff from our good friends at Ramjet Racing, working with and partnering with Tony, helped us to do that. So to bring this whole kit to fruition, man. So
yeah, they've been known for their twin cam kits for years and putting twin cam swaps in FXRs, and just having the ability to add our little flavor to make it an M8 swap as complete as possible is super cool. Good thing for a lot of folks in the community to be able to finally put one of these M8s in their FXRs. Albeit it's not super easy, right?
no, I mean, you got to have some sort of fabrication skills to do that, period, no matter what. Any of this stuff, right? Anything with your motorcycles, you need to have the proper knowledge to do those things.
So what do we have specifically that we've contributed to the FXR, the twin cam kit, that is more focused towards putting an M8 in one of these bikes?
Well, so all of our projects start from necessity, right? So we knew from the get-go when we built these bikes that we were going to want to do this again. So we wanted something that was repeatable, something that was very easy and takes all the guesswork out of it, right? So a long time ago, as we were doing that, we tried different ways of mounting and came up with the most solid solution, right? So we've got our mounts, front motor mounts, and then our pivot blocks that are specially made for this adaptation. So those have been out for a long time.
And before you go on to the other pieces, let's talk about these front motor mounts. So we tried this a couple different ways when we built those bikes for the FXR Tour, right?
Tried two different iterations.
Yeah, and there was a lot more time and effort put into, getting it left, right, side to side, up and down. And then when we transitioned over to my bike, we're like, hey, what if we can just use the existing front forward control mounts? We know that that's level side to side.
Right.
And it'll put the motor, well, with a lot of work, we still have to do some work, but we were able to get that motor to a point that it's pretty level in the frame.
Right.
Right. And then this gives users a point of reference that they can just bolt these things onto either side.
Right.
And bam, there you go.
Right.
You're good to go.
You're in there. You're good to go.
Yep. So that's a cool feature with those. And then, like you said, we have the rear pivot blocks. Just one of our designs. But what else do we have on here that's going to make this easier for people?
So we've got our oil cooler mount. So we like slim. We like streamline, right? So we like to run the Softail oil coolers rather than the stock M8 contraption that's on the front of those baggers. So we opted for that. So we actually developed the oil cooler mount
and by
tab
stock
for Softail.
M8, you mean like the touring ones?
Right, the touring M8 with the entire rack that kind of step out with the regulator up top and then your oil cooler on the bottom. So this helps streamline all of that. In concert with that, we developed the regulator mount. So this regulator mount allows you to mount the bagger touring mount regulator, or you can use the Softail regulator if you're using a Softail harness in your
So it looks like it has multiple different hole locations that you could fit either or, depending on which ECM, BCM wiring. So like we know that the Softails have a different regulator that coincides with the different coil, different BCM, different ECM.
Needed, all that good stuff.
Okay,
so,
cool.
So that fits both. So it doesn't matter what harness you're running, whether you're running a M8 Softail or M8 bagger, you can use that. We also have all of our filler plates available. A lot of these are just filler plates for the pieces that you're going to have to actually like clearance out of the frame to make everything happen, right? So,
what would these be?
So these are for the front controls that you mount those pivot blocks or those blocks to, mounting blocks. And then this is the primary clearance for your drain plug on your primary. And then we've got the several different pieces that go on the backbone that allow you to fill that back in after you've made your small clearances and adjustments up top.
Yeah, so we know that you have to cut out the front, whatever people like to call it, the turkey neck.
Right.
We need to cut that out because to get that motor level in the frame,
right,
and still fit the M8, the upper tie bar that comes on the touring.
And the mount for that.
Yep.
You want to clearance all of that out, and it's just to get that so it sits perfectly parallel in that frame. You want it to look right. You don't want it on a downhill slant. You don't want it on an uphill slant. You want it to look right in that frame.
And I know these pieces come flat, so someone would just use like, and they're pretty thick too. Someone would use like a heavy duty slip roll to put a nice little bend in it.
Right.
Or their favorite Folgers can or whatever.
Yeah, something round enough to get your bend in that you need to get into it, and then and then you just weld them back up.
Yep, looks like you got one. So this one looks like it'll be for the front where your turkey neck was, and then this one I see, when we did our original frames, we had our trim rings and our holes on the side.
Yep.
So with this iteration, this would line up to where the wires for the throttle body and all the other goodies that reside in the center of the motor can just drop straight down right above.
Yep, everything that goes down to the motor comes out of that hole there, versus having it come out of the side and having to fight getting your tank on and all that good
I know
stuff.
We ran into that problem trying to fit all those wires, just getting the tank down on top of it.
Yeah.
And then the last piece I see here is back where, near the seat where the frame starts to spread.
Yep.
And when we made these, we took into account like oversizing, right?
So all of these pieces, all these filler plates, they're all oversized so that you can shave them down and finesse them to exactly what you need, depending, because everybody's a little different, right? Like somebody might make a little bit longer cut or wider cut or whatever.
Yeah.
So we wanted to account for all of that in these materials. So everything's a little bit oversized so that it can be shaped down to exactly what you need.
Awesome.
When it's all said and done.
And then, so when we do these swaps, we have to cut out the center cross member from an FXR that has the control mounts on it. And it looks like, with Ramjet's twin cam kit, it utilizes a Dynacross member. So it'll come with that Dynacross member, right? And then also the Dynamid control mounts.
Yep.
So you can run the Dynamid control mounts.
The kickstand
along
block.
with the super heavy duty kickstand block. So all great pieces. Looks like we got a firewall block off plate here.
Yep.
Where an oil bag would go. And then this is super cool that they include with the kit. This would be like a rear cross member.
Yep.
That you can actually remove your oil pan without removing the rear wheel. Is that what I understand?
Exactly.
So basically you just unbolt this. These two tabs will be welded to your frame here, and then you can just unbolt that, take that out, and then actually drop your pan. If you needed to get into your pan, maybe you needed to change a gasket, or I don't know, you blew up your motor and you needed to change your oil pan. I don't know.
Clean your oil pan out.
Well,
or something.
One or the other. And then what's this? Is this another rear?
So that's
tie
another
bar?
option for the rear tie bar. So you can use all of the options from the twin cam kit, or you can use one or the other. It's completely up to you, but both of them provide the same solution where you can just drop those oil pans without having to do anything, removing the rear tire or any of that stuff.
And then I don't see anything on here for like a rear brake master cylinder mount. That's probably kind of you can go about that as you please.
Right.
I know
So we will provide the one that comes with the twin cam kit, the rear brake master cylinder. However, the choice is up to the consumer, right? Like, we like to use the bagger rear master cylinders. That might change in the future.
Yeah, and I think for our rear masters, we just got a couple bungs machined, and you can set them into the frame because those mounts are a little bit offset.
Yep.
But then a lot goes into that, because then you need a brake rod that kind of has a little S-bend in it to hit the Dyna brake pedal.
Yeah.
Which there's other people that make cool attachments.
I mean, Mikey from 9 Finger Fabrication made some great ones for us. So I mean, he's making those as well and selling those.
Cool.
So that stuff's available as well.
Yeah, I like it. It looks great. I think it's a good option for folks in the FXR community who are interested in doing a M8 FXR swap. It's a pretty inclusive kit. You know, like Kyron said, it's going to take some fabrication skills.
Right.
But I think we cut up a frame and had it all clearanced in 2 days, I think.
Yeah,
so
a little under 2 days we had it done. And that's working on it here and there, right? Like, I'm sure we could have had it done in 1 day if we would have stuck with it the whole day. So yeah, I mean,
a little more shaving and it'll be ready to start plating back in, really. Cool. I think it looks great.
Yeah, I'm excited to release these with Ramjet. It's been a great partnership, and I can't wait to drop these for you guys.
All right. Well, should we get back to our Saturday night, having some little beverages?
Regular scheduled program? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think this is good. Thanks, everyone. Hope you enjoyed watching. Hopefully the information was helpful for you. If you have any questions, you know, don't hesitate to reach out to us at KleenMoto. Yeah, so keep your eye out for this. It should be dropping in the near future. Thanks, everyone.